What's up guys, Will here, and today I've got my belated March book haul for you guys. I did actually receive a few books in March, more than last month, I think, but also some other bookish stuff as well, so let's get straight into this. Okay guys, so the first book I received this month, obviously, Lady Midnight. As you can see guys, it is very shiny, and it is also huge, but it is also the hardback edition. As I've probably mentioned in previous videos, I did have to order this from the US, so I did get it really late. And I've also mentioned on Instagram that I'm not going to be reading this until I go on holiday at the end of this month. So I probably won't be finishing it until the beginning of May, because I go on holiday on the 25th of April, so I probably won't be finishing this in like a week, which is insane. If I did that, that would be like my biggest accomplishment ever. But nonetheless guys, this is the latest installment by Cassandra Clare, as you guys can see, for her Shadowhunters Chronicles. This is the first book in the Dark Artifices, if that's even how you say that. It's a YA urban fantasy novel, and it's just continuing with the general Shadowhunter plot. It starts even from the end of the events of City of Heavenly Fire, and then obviously you've got the Tales from Shadowhunter Academy series, which is a mini-series which you probably should go read before you read this. I've actually done a blog post on that, so go check that out if you like. And then you'll be up to date with everything that's happening in this. We're going to follow Emma Carstairs and Julian Blackthorne, and I think we're in the LA Institute, which is going to be awesome. I also saw this really cool blog post about where people have like done the LA Shadowhunters world, and it's like you get the people who have arcs, they get a map kind of thing. It's like particular places that are related to the book, and you can basically go around and actually find these places. And I found someone who had done that and posted pictures of what she found, so I'm basically going to leave that link in the description below if I can find it for you guys to enjoy. Yeah guys, super hyped to read that, really can't wait. Not much more to say about it, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the next book is a little bit less current. It's Digital Fortress by Dan Brown. Now, as I understand it, this is basically, there's a code which the US government, like top code breakers, can't break, and they take in they call up like their head code breaker, which is this woman, and she manages to like uncover something which could potentially mean the end of US intelligence if it gets into the wrong hands. Meanwhile, the person who made up the code in Spain is found dead. So basically she then obviously is a liability, and she is the only person who I think knows how to crack the code. So everyone's after her, and then it gets like her partner gets involved with it, like her love interest, like she has to save him as well as herself. So that could be really interesting. I got given this book by my girlfriend's grandma because she just likes to do that. She gives me pre-owned books. Like, as you can see, there's hella bend marks on the spine, but I'm gonna add it to my ever slowly growing Dan Brown collection for some reason. And the last actual book that I got this month, guys, is Harry Potter. It's got to be Harry Potter. I have to feature something Harry Potter related in every single month's haul. Like, it just happens. Okay guys, so what I actually got was a first edition Deathly Hallows. I got this from a charity shop actually when I went into where did I go? I can't remember. It doesn't matter anyway. But I got this, guys, for 50p, which I think is pretty insane considering its condition. Like, it's pretty much perfect. Like, the pages aren't even faded or anything like that. Like, there's no writing in it. There's no like dog-eared pages or anything like that. So I'm pretty stoked with that, and it is a first edition. And I collect first editions of these. Actually, I collect any editions of these really that are pretty nice, so that was just a complete lie. But anyway, Harry Potter related again. And the next thing I'm going to show you guys is Harry Potter related again. It's not a book. You guys will be, if you've watched a lot of my videos, you'll be probably familiar with my friend Dan Stewart, my very good friend Dan Stewart. It was his birthday the other week, so shout out to you again, bro. But basically, he just likes to buy me random stuff, as I guess payment for my life consultation skills that we have going on. So basically, this is what he got me. He got me the Gryffindor house pen, so I can like draft my blog posts in style. If my camera will focus, there we go. I've actually been using this a lot, and I would rate it. Like, I genuinely do rate it. Unfortunately, it is only a biro, but that does mean that you can obviously replace the cartridge in it, which is pretty sick, so that's pretty awesome. I've been using it. I'd recommend you get it. I think you got it from the Noble Collection, which is awesome. It comes in like this case, which obviously has the Harry Potter thing on the top. Just slips out like that, and there's like this foam cover to cover it. But this has been living just here on my shelf of Harry Potter memorabilia. Also, just realised I haven't shown you guys these new owl things that my girlfriend got me from Garden Centre randomly. They're pretty sick. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. I think they're pretty cool. Drop a like if you agree. And the last thing, fairly bookish related, I guess, if you count graphic novels or comics as book related. But guys, in preparation for Civil War, that's coming out very soon, and as I'm a massive Marvel fanboy, I bought a Captain America shield cushion, because that's just the kind of person I am. It's awesome. How can you not like that? It's not wrong with you. Okay guys, moving on to the second part of this video. I'm now going to be doing my March reading wrap up for you guys. One thing I have to mention straight off the bat is that in my February wrap up video, for some reason I only said I read 2 books. I didn't, I lied, I read 3. Because I read this. I read Worlds of Ink and Shadow by Lena Coakley, which is a historical fiction / fantasy novel. And I do actually have a full review of this up on my blog, guys. So rather than chatting about it now, I will just mention it and mention that. And you can head over to my blog and check that out if you wish. I really did rate it. It was a really good read. Couldn't put it down. Couldn't recommend it enough. So there you go. That should have been in the last video. So the first book that I did actually read in this month was Rebel Spring, which I said I was going to read, and I did actually read it. This is the second installment of Morgan Rhodes' Fallen Kingdom series. I really, really enjoy this. It's a YA fantasy novel. And I also will be coming out with a review for this, but as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I'm doing like mini reviews for all 4 of them at the moment, and then once I've read all 4, I will post that, and you'll get all 4 reviews at the same time in one post, because that's just how I figured I'd do it. And then when the later ones come out, I'll do those individually. That's just how I like to do it. I bought all the books at once, so I thought I'll review them all at once. That's just what I decided to do. But anyway guys, I really did rate this. I gave it 5 stars because I didn't think it'd be able to top the first one, if I'm honest. And it did. It really kept its secrets. It fed them, like drip fed them to me, so I wanted more. We basically continue to follow our 4 main protagonists and their points of view, which is Lucia, Cleo, Jonas, and Magnus. Now, those were all fine and dandy, but we now also get some more secondary characters' points of view. For example, we get to see King Gaius' point of view. I think we get to see the Queen's point of view at some point. We also get to see Nick's point of view, Cleo's friend Nick. We get to see his point of view, and we also get more insight into the Watchers in the Sanctuary. We get some of their points of view as well, and we get a better understanding of that world and the politics that goes on there. And basically, when I finished reading this book, I was in Norwich. As you guys know, I finished that job now, but I was dance teaching in Norwich. I was commuting, and I had this with me, and I finished it, and I was kicking myself for not bringing the next one with me, because I was like, I need to read the next one, like, now. So definitely recommend, guys. If you fancy picking it up, don't hesitate. It's a very good read. And the second book that I've read this month is Six of Crows, which I also said that I was going to read, and it's absolutely beautiful. As you can see, my bookmark is still in here at the moment, where that little slit is. That's because I am still currently reading this, but by the time that I've like edited and uploaded this, I will have finished reading it, and I will be doing a full review. As it stands, I'm absolutely loving it. It's at least a 4.5 star for me, if not a 5. I said before, it jumped straight to the top of my TBR pile. As soon as I saw the cover for Crooked Kingdoms, I jumped straight into this. I needed to read it because that was beautiful, and I really hope the sequel matches up to this. But thus far, I'm really enjoying it. I didn't think I'd enjoy a book about a heist, but as it is kind of like tied in with some fantasy, which is my favourite genre, it's doing it for me, if I'm honest. And yeah, so by the time I've edited and uploaded this, I should be finished with this, and you guys should be seeing a review very soon. Alright guys, that is going to do it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, drop a like on it, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any more of my face. Thank you very much for watching. Have a very good rest of the day. See you in the next video.